Hello guys, welcome to Afropop and Law, the show where we discuss the business and legal realities behind the biggest moves, splits and controversies in African entertainment. I'm your host, Bayo Eshola, and today we'll be talking about entertainment law and why you should care. Come, before you sign that deal, before you tweet about your big announcements, before you collect that advance, ask yourself, do I really understand entertainment law? No? Well, congratulations, you're just like 90% of the creatives out there. But here's the thing, what you don't know can kill you. It can cost you millions, it can cost you your entire career, and it can cost you your freedom as an artist. The music industry is a battlefield. From Lagos to London, Accra to Atlanta, many artists dream of fame, but a lot do not realize that the biggest wars aren't actually fought on stages, but in courtrooms. But what's really in the fine print, and why do so many artists regret signing on a dotted line? What is entertainment law? Entertainment law is simply the legal framework that governs the creative industry. I'm talking music, film, theater, fashion, even social media influencers. It covers copyrights, contracts, trademarks, licenses, endorsements, basically everything that determines who owns what and who gets paid. It's what separates superstars who own their craft from those who wake up one morning and realize that they don't even own their name. Yep, I said it. Let's take Mubad for example. Signed to Malian Records, had issues with his contract, later wanted out. Then he found himself in a legal mess.
So I don't know these people have been hating on me. They have been doing bad things on me. I went mad into it because of this issue. Now they are trying to kill me. Everybody in the whole world, please help me. If I die, oh, Amali kill me.
The problem, he probably didn't understand what he signed in the first place. Now, what if I told you that he's not even the first, and he's definitely not going to be the last? Who was Mubad? Born Ilerioluwa Oladimeji Aloba. Mubad was a Nigerian rapper and singer who quickly rose to fame with street anthems and raw emotional lyrics. He was once signed to Malian Records. Mubad alleged that his deal with Malian Records was exploitative. He claimed that the label withheld his earnings, controlled his creative output, and even physically harassed him when he tried to leave. That brings us to the legal issues at play here. We're talking about contracts of adhesion. That's agreements so one-sided that they heavily favor the legal. 2, we're talking about intellectual property rights. Who owns the masters? Who profits from the streams? And 3, we're talking about exit clauses. Was he even allowed to leave the label on his own terms? So what's the lesson here? Simple. Always get independent legal advice before you sign anything. Understand your contract duration, your revenue splits, and also your exit clauses. And if something feels off, speak up early. Don't wait until it gets toxic. Mubad's case is very tragic, but it's also a lesson. Know the business, know your rights. Of course, there are other examples. We have the example of Lil Wayne versus Cash Money Records, where he was fighting for unpaid royalties for years. There's also the example of Keisha versus Dr. Luke, where she was locked into a contract with someone who she accused of abuse. Also, the legendary Prince. At some point in his career, he had to change his name to a symbol just to escape control of his record label. In Nigeria, we're just getting started with taking entertainment law seriously. The industry is growing, but the legal knowledge is still playing catch up. Many artists don't have lawyers, don't read contracts, and don't negotiate properly. And by the time they blow, they realize that they've signed away their rights, their music, and even their future in. Let's take a look at another case. One that should get every artist really thinking twice before signing anything. Kiss Daniel. Born Oluwatobiloba Daniel Anidugbe in 1994. Kiss Daniel is one of Nigeria's top Afrobeat stars, but his rise did come with some serious legal drama. Early in his career, he signed with G Worldwide Entertainment. The label restricted him from collaborating with other artists. He also claimed he wasn't getting his fair share of the revenue, and so he tried to leave. But it wasn't that simple. When he left, he changed his name from Kiss Daniel to Kiss Daniel. That's Kiss with SS to Kiss with ZZ. In June 2018, G Worldwide tried to claim ownership of his new name and threatened legal action. A full-on court battle followed. Headlines, press releases, lawyers, lawsuits. It wasn't until 2022 that parties settled in a now viral video tagged #peace and love. Now let's break down the legal issues at play here. We're talking name and branding rights. G Worldwide tried to claim ownership of his new stage name as their intellectual property. We're talking restrictive contract. His contract with G Worldwide restricted him from collaborating with other artists. What you guys do not know is that a lot of labels use such clauses that would limit artist independence. And thirdly, we're talking about breach of contract lawsuits. The legal fight that followed didn't just cost time, money, it also almost cost him his identity as an artist. So what are the lessons for artists here? 1, make sure you own your stage name. You should file a trademark if you have to. 2, look for flexibility in contracts. Avoid deals that restrict your freedom to collaborate with other creatives. And 3, always demand financial clarity in your contracts. If it's vague, don't sign it. Because if Kiss Daniel, with all the fame, had to go through all that legal stress just to be free, what does that say about the rest of us? Bottom line, if you're an artist, producer, songwriter, manager, or a brand looking to work with creatives, you need to understand entertainment law or you risk getting played. In conclusion, what should artists do differently? 1, always hire a lawyer before you sign anything. 2, understand your revenue sharing models. You want to know how much you're actually earning. 3, understand your ownership clauses. Who owns the masters? Who owns the stage name? Who owns the brand? And 4, demand clarity in exit clauses. So what's the essence of this show? Simple. We're breaking entertainment law down into something simple that you can actually understand. The key takeaways from this show will be how to negotiate deals, how to protect your intellectual property, and how to avoid being exploited in the industry. Every episode will take you deep into real entertainment industry issues, analyze the legal twists and turns, and leave you with lessons that can save your career. If you're an artist, producer, songwriter, manager, or even a brand looking to work with creatives, missing Afropop and law is like walking into a contract negotiation blindfolded. You're just waiting to get robbed. If you've enjoyed this episode, please like, share, and subscribe. You don't want to miss the next episode where we break down music contracts and hidden clauses that have trapped artists for years. I remain your host, Bayo Ishola, and this is Afropop and Law.